everybody, in this video I'll be talking about mylearningbox.com, which is a company that specializes in learning games for children with special needs. If you're interested, stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor, lawyer turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 7, 4, and 2. My eldest has ADHD, and that does give him some more interesting ways of relating with the world around him. For example, sometimes it does make him a little hyper emotional and less able to deal with transitions throughout the day, though we have been making great progress in that area. So last fall I was at a homeschool convention and I had the good fortune to run into a booth called myearlylearningbox.com, and I met John, one of the founders of the company. He has 4 children, some of whom have special needs, and they're all under 6, I believe. And they developed a bunch of these games to help their children relate to the world around them in a better way and to express their emotions in a more real-time fashion. And honestly, I'd like to emphasize that a lot of these games, I think, even though they're designed for special needs children, are really, really helpful for neurotypical children. And I know that my middle child, for example, has a little bit of anxiety with plans changing and having to suddenly switch what we're going to do in a day, or going to a very new place, like a new dentist or a new doctor or something like that, especially if it's without me. Addressing those problems ahead of time in some of these games can really help alleviate that anxiety. So John was just a lovely person. He took the time to explain a lot of those games while I was at the booth, and I thought many of them would be useful in our homeschool, and so I bought these on my own. So all of these games that I'm going to talk about can be found at myearlylearningbox.com, and they're also on Instagram at @earlylearningbox, as well as @specialneedsgames. And so I hope you really enjoy this little overview. I'm just going to show them to you right here. So one of the first ones that I got was this game called How Do I Feel? And it's a game with expressive cards for these faces here. So I'll open it and show you what you get inside. It has a little box full of cards with questions, and I'll just show you some of them, though there's quite a few in there. So this is just a few of them, and basically it'll say like what happened on one side. And so on this card, for example, it says it is almost time for my nap, right? So, and on the other side it says what should I do, and here it says get ready for my nap. Our new baby is fussy, and then it says I hope the baby doesn't cry, and then on the other side it says what should I do, help our baby feel happy by shaking a rattle or singing a song. So it goes through different scenarios for what can be happening in a household. Like here, what happened? Everybody is too busy to play with me right now. And then on the back, what should I do? It says play with a toy by myself, basically until someone is ready to play with me. So these might be really, really obvious things for us, especially as adults who are neurotypical. But when you're little and you're just learning how to get through your days and new changes have happened, for example, a new baby or a shift in plans, it can be really hard. So the game also comes with these cardboard faces, and you have a bunch of them here. And they're really, really sturdy, like, you know, they're not easily bendable or anything. So there's surprised right here. There's tired, and it says what it is on the back here. There's excited, and they're really nice and simple and easy to understand. They're sad, frustrated. I especially like the frustrated face. My kids actually pointed out that I don't look like this when I'm frustrated, that I more look like the mad card, and I was like, note to self, that's something to probably change. Here's thoughtful. And now my son does this whenever he's thoughtful. He's like, It's very Sherlock Holmesy. Here's mad. So apparently this is my frustrated face to my kids. I was like, need to readjust face. And it's just a really fun game to play. There's different ways of playing this game. Like, for example, you can give them a what happened card and then ask how do you feel, and they can find which of the face cards relate to the what happened. So if like someone's not able to play with you, they can find the mad card and show it, or they might find the sad card. They can find multiple ones if they want to. I really like that it's a game that we can play together where each of us can have an opinion. Like, these things happen to all of us. So sometimes I make up a question when I'm playing with them that relates to me. So I'll say like, can you think of a situation for me or something? And they might say, you know, one of us isn't getting into the car and we're throwing a tantrum in the garage, and I'll put up the mad face or the frustrated face. And then I'll also say I'm a little bit sad because I'm sad that nobody's listening to me, or I'm sad that we won't be able to get somewhere on time. So it's nice to relate to your children also, to show that we all have these feelings, and it's totally 100% okay to have these feelings. So there's this little instruction card that comes, and it has several different games you can play. So the very obvious one is what I just described, but there's also games like the kid can just pick up the face that they want to and talk about their feeling. I actually keep these out in a little basket, like it's accessible to the kids. And if they want to show me that they're feeling an emotion sometimes and they don't want to tell me what it is, they'll run over and get the card and show me. And usually it's the mad or frustrated face when that happens, but they like it. And my son has even used some of the cards to remember how to draw this type of emotion when he's doing his little cartoons and drawing. So there's lots of different uses for it. Another thing you can do is sort of backwards, where you pick a face and you ask them, like, what happened card can go with that. What kind of situation could have made somebody feel mad? And it's nice for them to develop that sense of empathy too, to go backwards in that thinking. Another game that I got it comes in this little sack here, and it has a die, and we love this game, okay? This is especially helpful if your child has anxiety with new situations or transitioning from situation to situation. It comes with a box of cards again, and this little cube here. And the cube has different things on it. For example, why will I do this? How will I get ready? When will this happen? What do I like about it? Who will be with me? And like the little question sign and different things, okay? And basically you can play it also different ways. One of the simplest ways is you have this box full of cards. You can pick up the card, reading, a therapy card, an arcade, so different places, the zoo, and just different situations that they might encounter. There's even things like snack, the doctor, a restaurant, and it's a good way to present different situations before the child gets there and just talk about, why are we going there? What are we going to do when we get there? What can you expect, basically? You can roll this. Another way of playing this game is to not take the cards and always have the cube and just toss it and say, like, as things are happening, like, why will I do this? Why do I need to be at this therapy appointment right now? Why do I need to be at the dentist right now? Why is oral health important? When will this happen? When is this going to happen? Give your child an expectation of when this special event is going to happen. It's going to happen a week from now. It's going to happen tomorrow. You can repeat it as necessary. If they're learning how to go to pre-K or preschool or something like that, you can talk to them about how snack time will happen, how circle time will happen. You can make up your own cards to go with the die. And there's, again, a very sturdy little game playing card that comes with it that explains different varieties of games you can play. And there's actually 6 different varieties of games on the back that they list. Another thing you can use the cards for is actually just to lay out sort of the plan for the day. They have so many different activity cards in there that you can say, like, okay, we're going to have breakfast, and then we're going to have a snack, and then we're going to go to the dentist, and then we're going to read, and then we're going to get ready for bed. And there's all these different cards. It's a really nice way of teaching your kids, like, what's coming, especially for children with ADHD. On my part, I know that sometimes knowing the first this, then that is a little bit difficult to hold on to in their head for their executive functioning. And it really helps to have a visual cue or reminder to get them to understand the flow of the day that's coming up. So again, it's myearlylearningbox.com. I've been so impressed with the quality of these toys. Again, they look just brand new. We've been using them for a few months now. And it's a fun little brain break game that we play sometimes in the middle of the day. I like to incorporate some sort of physical game that relates to their inner mind, their inner spirit every single day. This has been a go-to for us, and I'm so happy that I ran into the booth. Oh, and before I forget, I just wanted to tell you, John mentioned to me that they are developing a new game all about safety. So safety around strangers, safety around household items, safety around water. And I'm really excited about that. So if I find out that that has come out, I think I'll definitely be getting it, and I'll be doing a video on that to show you. So if you're interested in any of these games, they can all be found at myearlylearningbox.com. Again, you can follow them on Instagram at earlylearningbox and at special needs games. Really, he was just the loveliest person to speak to, and I could totally tell that the reason that they are creating these games is to help their own children and to help all of us who might have concerns or children with special needs or just trouble sometimes relating to our children, whether they are neurotypical or not. So again, thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. Thank you, John at myearlylearningbox.com, for telling me about these games and for being at the convention. And like I said, this is not a sponsored video. We just really love these games, and I hope that you guys get something from them too if you go check out the site. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe.